Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host Eric, and this week we are talking about fertility. This week our topic comes to us from Reading Gale 9. I'm sorry if that last part is really terrible. I'm not very good at that pronunciation thing. You guys should know this by now. But she wrote, and I'm going to go ahead and read the whole thing, just so you guys can hear it. They wrote, Merry meet, dear Pagan Perspective collaborators. First, let me thank you for the very well done work you've done over the years and the time you've dedicated to enlightening us with further fields to explore in this wonderful world of knowledge about religion and spirituality. I've been watching your channel for a year, and I'm not growing weary of it anytime soon. I'm sending you this message because a dear relative of mine and her boyfriend have decided to have a baby. I've decided to prepare a little gift for them as well as the few rites I'm intending to do to bring them luck, and have begun to study specifically fertility-related pagan topics. I'm currently working and reading about a Buddhist goddess Guanyin, who I came across in one reading. Long story short, I simply wish to hear more about each of your viewpoints and conceptions about fertility, creation, and self-accomplishment/development, as well as anything growing or related to fertility, of course, according to the pagan beliefs. If you wish to include some of the recent society debates also linked to this topic, such as surrogacy, assisted reproductive technology, save your siblings, etc., I'd be delighted to hear about it, too. But I mainly wish more pagan references about the topic, possibly from various traditions. I especially like Celtic and heathen traditions, but would like to see more variety in the resources generally used. With best regards and all my gratitude for your gift to the pagan community, I'm looking forward to the upcoming videos, and I hope you'll take my suggestion in consideration amongst the many requests you surely have. Blessed be Reading Gal. P.S. I hope I didn't make any mistakes. I am French and not native English speaker, thus loving this channel all the more, for it helps me improve my vocabulary in the spiritual field. Can I just say, first of all, I enjoyed reading this. So it was very well written. I enjoyed reading it, which is why I read it to you guys who are watching. Getting down to the point at hand, though, when it comes to fertility, I go with the goddesses, especially when I'm talking about, childbearing fertility. I go with the goddesses that are very much about the home and fertility and, stuff like that. So when you're talking about the Norse pantheon, you want to go with Freya, most specifically, or Frigga. Specifically for ease in childbirth, you want Frigga. If you want fertility and having a good chance of becoming pregnant, you want to go to Freya. Some people, and I have no desire to be on the fence about it or pick one side or another, think that Frigga and Freya are the same goddess, which, yeah, that's totally possible, but I'm really not interested in digging into it. But Frigga is the goddess of the motherhood and the family, and taking care of the household and stuff like that. So you want to go to Frigga for that, ease in childbirth, good children, good healthy children. But when it comes to fertility, you want to go to Freya. If you're going to Frigga, you want to very much do all of those nice herbs that are sage and rosemary and many of the other, God, I can't even think of any of the other herbs that you would use, but I know sage and rosemary are good ones for Frigga, or Frigg. Same lady, right? Frigga, whatever. But when it comes to evoking, and I think that's the right word, evoking as opposed to invoking. Anyway, getting the attention of Freya, you want to use strawberries and sweetgrasses. If you're wanting to pay homage to Freya, and I don't remember where I got this information, but I got it from it's one of those things that is not written anywhere, but most of the people that I have ever talked to about Freya tell me, and it totally makes sense to me, that Freya likes strawberries. And so in an offering, I would be absolutely certain to include strawberries and any other sweet things that I think, go along with that. So strawberries with chocolate, strawberries and a little bit of sugar, sweetgrass in my offering. If I'm doing an offering, that's what I would do, would be chocolate covered strawberries and sweetgrass incense. That's what I would probably personally do. And then just do kind of a a little offering of, please be with my family as they are attempting to increase their family. Please be with my loved ones as they try to increase their family, and please see that their fertility is healthy and whole and good. That's kind of what I would do. The equivalent that I have found to Freya in the Celtic pantheon would be Breed or Bridget. I think they're the same goddess, but Breed and Bridget, goddess of hearth and creation, creativity, the forge even. I mean, Freya in and of herself is a little bit creepy if you get into the idea that she also collects all of half of the dead fallen in battle. But I think focusing on the fertility idea is probably your best bet when it comes to that. Just in a short, when it comes to the idea of fertility in society, whether that's hormones to increase the probability of your fertility, or surrogate parents, or whatever that happens to be, I don't personally know what a savior sibling is, so maybe we can have a conversation about that in the comment section. But I've never heard that term before I watched Kara's video yesterday. I don't know what that is. I probably could have looked it up, but I didn't take the time. Anyhow, I believe that all of those things have their place, and it is a personal decision. I don't think your spirituality should really come into it unless you want it to. Anyway, so I realize I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I am, kind of Norse-centric. Is that a word? It should be a word. Anyway, I am kind of Norse-centric when it comes to the belief system and the pantheons and everything else. So, I would personally go with Freya unless you at some point want to switch over to Frigga. Once the pregnancy is established, if that's the case. When it comes to also fertility, about the idea of growing things, that is also Freya. And very much she covers the whole spectrum of fertility, whether it be crops or kids. That's what she's all about. Anyway, so that is it for me this week. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post those in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, everybody, and of course, until next time, Odin be with you.